Imagine stepping outside and being hit by a wall of heat so intense it feels like opening an oven door. Welcome to Chicago in the summer of 2025, where temperatures are smashing records and rewriting what we thought was possible for Midwestern weather. This isn't your average summer sizzle. We're talking triple-digit highs that persist for days, overloaded power grids, and emergency cooling centers overflowing with residents desperate for relief. It's the kind of oppressive heat that makes headlines, not just because of the numbers, but because of the terrifying questions it raises. Why is this happening now? And what does it mean for the rest of the country? The Midwest is historically known for its brutal winters and mild summers. But this sudden shift into near-desert conditions has meteorologists and climate scientists raising the alarm. Unlike the occasional heat wave of the past, this one is being driven by a combination of climate change, fueled atmospheric blocking patterns, a strong El Niño event, and prolonged soil dryness that feeds a vicious cycle of heating. What's especially alarming is how the urban infrastructure, built for a different climate reality, is now buckling under this new pressure, with asphalt roads cracking, public transport grinding to a halt, and hospitals seeing spikes in heat stroke cases. And while Chicago is currently the poster child of this extreme event, it's far from alone. Cities from Minneapolis to St. Louis are reporting unusual, sustained heat that matches southern U.S. levels. These aren't isolated freak weather anomalies. They're signals of a broader shift in the jet stream and global climate system that's moving warm air masses further north and locking them in place for longer periods. Even nighttime temperatures are staying unnaturally high, removing the natural cooling that bodies, buildings, and ecosystems depend on to reset. This kind of relentless heat isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous, especially for vulnerable populations like the elderly, children, and those without access to air conditioning. And the implications go far beyond discomfort. Crop yields are at risk, water reservoirs are dropping, and the power demand spike is pushing grids to the edge of collapse. Scientists are increasingly warning that what we're seeing in Chicago may become the new normal across large swaths of the U.S. unless drastic action is taken to reduce emissions and adapt city planning to future climate conditions. This moment is a wake-up call, and ignoring it could cost lives, livelihoods, and billions in damage. In fact, heat-related deaths in urban areas have already surpassed projections, forcing local governments to rethink emergency responses and push for long-term climate resilience strategies. The big takeaway here isn't just that Chicago is hot right now. It's that a major American city is experiencing a climate event so intense that it signals a systemic breakdown in weather expectations, safety, planning, and public health infrastructure. So whether you live in the Windy City or not, this affects you, because what's scorching Chicago today could be blistering your hometown tomorrow. And as global temperatures continue to rise, heat waves like this won't just increase in intensity, they'll also become longer and harder to escape, making it vital to stay informed, prepared, and proactive. If you care about the environment, your health, or simply want to understand how this wave of heat fits into the bigger climate puzzle, you need to pay attention. Don't let this story pass you by. Like this video if you learned something new, comment below with your thoughts or experiences during this heat wave. Share it with others who need to know what's really going on, and subscribe for more timely updates that help you stay one step ahead of the weather.